All right, guys. Now I'm recording. Okay. Well, today I got a haircut and got a new target, guys. Went to Academy and paid about 80 bucks and got one of those designated targets. So I'm not wiping out my targets anymore. I wiped out about 20 arrows yesterday. Just shattered them. So I went out and bought some XX75 Easton Cami Hunter, whatever arrows. These are just ones I had. I had about 2, but I bought about 6 more at the Academy. That seems to be the only place, except for these small archery shops they have around here. But I'm going to try to hit the target. I don't know if I can, and we'll see what goes on. All right, I'm just going to let it roll and just shoot a couple. Okay, remember, I don't have anything but my fingers, guys. All right, and it's got the regular lay down sights or whatever. Not lay down sights, but the arrow holder. So there you go. Anyway, there's that. First shot of the day. I hit the target. Well, that's all right. And that was one of my old Easton arrows. Okay, I'm going to try one of the new ones like it really matters. It really doesn't matter. I think they're made of aluminum, but I like the bigger diameter, and it works better for me because I'm tired of buying those carbon fiber ones and just wiping them out. I push it so the head goes right back here and shatters it. So like I said, I use hunter bow for target practice. I don't use well, anyways, never mind. I think I like that. I think it was worth the 80 bucks, and I won't have to fix the target after every time. It's a pretty good target. It's heavy. I wasn't expecting it. It's about 40-50 pounds, so there's that. Yeah, I got off work early today, guys, so it's always best to get some practicing. I might not be hitting the little squares, but at least I'm hitting the target and not going out. And I moved to a different area. This is my front yard, because the backyard's getting a little crowded, with all the trampoline and the swimming, the whatever. But yeah, I thought, I did have a D-loop, the metal D-loop. I transferred it onto this from my little youth bow, but I shattered it and lost a piece, so I'm going back to the fingers, guys. All right. I really like this. All right. I'll catch you up with you later or whatever. I'm just happy. I'm happy, guys. All right. Yeah, I got my arrows out of the target. I didn't know if you guys want to see me do that. Anyways. Yeah, I like this target. I'm not really paying attention to the little squares. I'm trying to keep a tight grouping in the center. Okay, that's what I'm doing. So if I'm not hitting the little bumblebee on there or the yellow jacket, well, I'm sorry. Dig these bigger diameter arrows. I was so used to, I started with the tiny ones here. I'll tell you. These are like the tiny ones made of the carbon fiber, and I just wiped out about 20 of them. And I don't know if you can tell the difference from the carbon fiber to the aluminum. This is a bigger diameter, and I like that so I don't have to change my setting on my little arrow holder right here, arrow rest. With these, it tends to be a little too small and it hangs down too much. But on the bigger arrows, it just fits right. Sorry if I'm tongue-tied. I'm like a kid at Christmas, I'm telling you. I love it, guys. I guess it makes a difference. I mean, that little cooler thing that I threw up to make a target really worked for a while when I'm a beginner. I'm still a beginner, but I don't know, progressing slowly. A little point of note. All right, on the carbon fiber arrows, I've got this point. I don't know if you can see that. See how it dips in and everything. But today I went and got these. I don't know. And you notice the difference? They're just field tips because I don't think I'm brave enough to go for the broad tip yet with the little razors and stuff. So I'm just sticking to what I know. And see, I got these because on these it dips down and I tend to squash these out on my other target, but it goes pretty good in that target. But this is like the same diameter of the arrow, so I mean, I like that aspect of it. And I'm sorry if I look about 12 now because I shaved off my beard. Well, I went to the barber and he gave me a flat top, and I told him to do something with my, scraggly beard. So I don't look like a mountain man all the time, and I don't scare people in the supermarket. Alright. I got the bumblebee on that one. I think I did. Almost. Pretty close, guys. Pretty close. But yeah, I'm trying to practice as much as I can, even though I don't hunt. This is for target practice for me. I enjoy the sport of archery. So if it's just hitting the targets, that's fine with me. Just like if I was shooting a gun, it would be targets, not animals. I mean, I know I'm funny that way, but everybody has their own preference, Ooh. And I don't know if you notice, I don't know if you guys can see because it's kind of the ways away, but I got that target grouping together, and I'm trying to hit in the middle, keep it in a tight group in the middle, but just practice. Okay. I love it, guys. Gotta love it. A little warm out here today, guys. Anyways. Yeah, guys, I really enjoy these Eastons, the XX75s. I do recommend them. It seems to fit all my needs. I like the big diameter, and you know. Anyways, whatever. I was debating whether to glue the heads on. So they're not glued, they're just screwed in. Because if I do want to change the heads out to broad tips, then I have a chance to. But if you glue it, you know, then you're kind of stuck with whatever, unless you can get the glue off. Anyways. And it's kind of like, just a side note, like when you're shooting, kind of like when you're shooting a firearm or something, like a gun, you take a breath and then, you know, release the breath and then take your shot or whatever. That's so you're not sitting there holding your breath and shaking like this. You know, that's why you might hear me breathe before the shot. That's the purpose. I take a breath and then I, you know, release it and then release the arrow, because that way I'm not shaky and stuff. Just a side note. I mean, everybody can do it the way they want to. I do it the way I want to. Yeah. And it works for me. All right. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. They're all in a tight grouping, but they're in a straight line. I didn't purposely, did you? You know, and if you don't glue your tips or your points on your arrows, make sure after each shot you check it and make sure it's not loose, because you don't want these bad boys to come off and, you know, potentially ruining your arrow that you paid good money for, you know, because these Eastons are not cheap. But they're a little more expensive than those cheap ones I bought, but You know, like I said, I'm not gonna pay like $100 for 3 arrows when I just target practice, you know. But I got a reasonable price on those Eastons, so you know I try to find bargains. Like I said, it's hot out here. I try to find bargains and deals. That way I can, you know, do my hobbies and stuff. All right? Yep. Okay. And I think this is a really stress relieving activity. For me it is. Except for when I shoot over the target. I gotta go get my arrow. Okay. You want me to show you that one? Guys, let me show you that one. Alright. Let me put my bow down. I'll show you that one, guys. Alright. You see where that hit? I think I got the bee or the hornet. Yeah, I did. Anyways, enough playing around. I gotta practice. Just a little side note, guys. Remember, if you don't glue your points on, make sure after every shot that you tighten them up a little bit, okay? Because they do come loose when they hit the targets and stuff. Just a little side note. You don't want to damage your, you know, it comes out a little bit, and then the next shot it's going to bend this up. And ask me how I know. Yeah. Anyways, there's your tip for the day. Yeah, guys, I really recommend the Easton arrows. I know they always say they're the top of the line and you know, the go-to, and I believe so. So it's the 2314 super light. That's on this one that I got. All right, and then I got the XX75 Camo Hunter by Easton, and it's the 2413 super light as well. The only difference is the quivers are different, the feathers, you know. One's got a feather and one's got kind of a plastic. The newer ones have plastic. This is an old one. So there's that. Yep. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy my little haircut and stuff and my little practicing. But so that's what's going on with me now, and he did a good job, didn't he? Anyways, that's what's going on with me, and I hope you have a great day, guys. Peace out.